Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the topic of this video's article has to do with United States military running out of weapons to send to Ukraine. I have a lot of questions regarding this issue, and I would like to know how is the military-industrial complex here justifying its almost, I think it's $800 billion budget? What do you mean? How much, what's the quantity of weapons you supplied already that you run out of it? All right, let's read the article and go from there. This article comes from Sputnik, but they're going to use American sources. So it's not like, oh, they just pull this story out of their butts and say, hey, here, Emil, make a video. No. This article, I promise you, this article is from today, the 15th of October 2022. And this is the title: U.S. running out of resources to supply weapons to Ukraine. Let's see. The United States is close to running out of opportunities to continue delivering military aid to Ukraine, while Washington's concern about a possible confrontation with Russia is growing. Fox News reported on Saturday, citing sources. So this was taken from Fox News, United States sources. Washington intends to slow down the delivery of modern weapons to Ukraine, including HIMARS missile defense systems, Javelin anti-tank missiles, Stinger air defense systems, and M777 howitzers, the broadcaster reported. At the same time, according to a congressional source, the risk of an escalation of the conflict with Russia are also forcing the U.S. authorities to reduce their activity in the supply of arms, although the possibilities for providing Kiev with new military air aid packages still remain. Later in the day, Defense Department spokesman Patrick Ryder said that Washington and its allies, vassal states, will continue to provide military assistance to Ukraine, including planned deliveries of quote-unquote key weapons. And I'm quoting this guy: will continue to support Ukraine in their fight to defend their country for as long as it takes, working closely with allies and partners to provide Ukrainian forces with key battlefield capabilities, end quote, Ryder said on Twitter. Now, just so you know, it's not, anyway, it's you fighting over there with Ukrainian manpower on their territory. That's the translation, not Ukrainians fighting for this and then they got over there because other people wanted them to get over there, not because, oh my God, we want to fight the Russians and we're not gonna talk to the Russians anymore until they do what they do over there, and then, hey, we're the victim right here. You are the victim of your own making. You got 4 guys in charge of your nation. Where are they from? What are they? Yeah, you know who those are? You don't? No, it's Zelensky, is Shmihal, is Reznikov, and Yermak. Just check them out. Check them out. They're all full-fledged, big-hearted people, like Taras Shevchenko, their national poet. Great. On Friday, the U.S. Defense Department said that Washington would donate more ammunition for high-mobility artillery rocket systems, HIMARS, and additional artillery shells to Ukraine as part of a new $725 million military assistance package. I didn't know we have so much money at our disposal, like swimming. I didn't know that. Now I know, but we give because we have so much. I mean, my pockets are all stuffed with money. When I walk down the street, they just come out, bum, bum, bum. But you know what? Nobody picks them up because we all have them. And when you feel like, hey, here, you got some millions, 12, 14 billions, how much you want, man? Just help yourself. In addition, the new package will include 5,000 anti-tank weapons, additional high-speed anti-radiation missiles, more than 200 high-mobility multi-purpose wheeled vehicles, and more than 2 million rounds of small arms ammunition, Since 2021, the US has already provided $18.2 billion in military aid to Ukraine, while the amount of aid provided since 2014 has reached $20.3 billion. Yeah, because they were arming these guys before. When Russia said, guys, stop arming these guys, we feel threatened by that. They say, bye-bye. Go and play your violin at a different table. We don't like your tune. On February 24th, Russia began a military operation in Ukraine, responding to calls for help from the republics of Donetsk and Lugansk. Western countries responded by imposing comprehensive sanctions against Moscow while also ramping up their military support for Kiev. In April, Russia sent a note to NATO member states condemning their military assistance to Ukraine. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned that any arms shipments on the Ukraine territory would be legitimate targets for Russian forces. Yeah, okay. They're gonna send more than you can bomb, apparently. So, do you think that United States would run out of resources to send to these guys? I'm not talking about printed numbers as money. No, not like that. Like finite things, objects that someone built, like military weaponry. Do you think so? If so, how much they deliver already that they run low? And if that's the case, so let's get a scenario. They supplied how much they said they supplied and they ran low. That means their stockpile is very low. How do you then, argue that the 700, which was before the budget, 700 and some billion dollars, how do you justify that amount? In services, military personnel, food, ladies of the night, vodka, what? Courvoisier, liquor, what are you going to do? How you do that? Or the pays of all these people who just are in the military? How do you justify that? Or you had enough, but you don't want to send anymore. Or you had enough and you will send, but actually, you send so much that you're like, oh my God, we gotta, it's not how much we said we sent. Probably they sent more, because how much they sent already should not make United States' stockpile, arms go down like, oh my God, it's a concern. What if the Russians are doing something? Against who? You? What are you doing in Europe, by the way? Oh, you're defending. Oh, okay, protecting. Oh, okay, I got it. My bad. I was just, Anyway, man, it's just, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. If you have a big stockpile, how can that be so, and such a depletion with the amount you already sent, which is not a lot? Or you sent more than you say you sent, that means makes sense if you had a lot. Now if you have a little and you send the little that you sent, oh my God, we have, but if you have a little and you send a lot, then yeah, you're depleted. So which one is it? Either way is a lie somewhere. You either didn't have enough to the little that you sent, or or you had a lot, but you sent a lot, and then you lied because what you send is, you said you sent like this, but actually you sent like this. What is it? Anyway, you can't change the past. Let's focus on the future. The future is this. They will try to push more and more with Russia, because Russia has to how should I say, not lose, but has to change course, meaning being a vassal state to the big guy as they were between 1991 to 1999 under Yeltsin years. That's why they have to be turned. And Putin and his guys do not want that, because they're Russians and say, no, we are Russians, we're not Zelenskys. If Putin tomorrow will leave with all his guys and move to Tahiti, let's say over there, and they will allow some moderate 35-year-old clown or something go over there, and especially maybe a non-Russian, like Stalin, for instance, or maybe Yogoda, or maybe Kaganovich, or maybe Trotsky, one of those guys, or Lenin, none of these were Russians, then yeah, everything will be just fine, everybody will be happy. He's a moderate. That means he's gonna turn around, bend over, take his pants off, or take his pants off first, bend over. I never been in that situation, but that's why I don't know what the exact process is, which is 1, 2, 3. So anyway, and then take it anytime how much those guys want to give it to you. So the problem, this is the problem. They're not going to be partners ever. They're going to be only vassal states. There's no partners, no, how do you call them, alliances and bullshit. No, I'm I'm an ally just because I need that taken care of, like NATO. NATO is not an alliance. These guys belong to me legally, and I'm going to use them as auxiliary forces. I send them and I use their territories. They don't use my territory. Did you notice that? Nobody uses U.S. as a territory whatsoever. Why? Because the problems are not over there. Are always here. Why? Because Russia is here. Anything happens over there in Alaska? No. How come? Because things are settled. And you have China and Russia by Alaska. They're closer than this way. And all of a sudden the United States has a problem only in Europe. Not over there. That's calm on the Western Front. Fishing and everything's good. Watching bears on the Kenai whatever island or Kodiak. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.